Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to give you 7 tips on what to do if you're a new contact lens wearer. At the end, I'm going to give you a quick tip of why people usually have the biggest problem taking out their contacts. Number 1, always wash your hands before you handle the contacts. Whether you're putting them in or taking them out, it's really, really important to make sure you don't have any bacteria or dirt on your hands or anything that could contaminate your ocular surface. Number 2 is to always inspect the lens to make sure there's no debris or anything on it or a rip or a tear that could be an issue once you put it in. Number 3 is preparing that lens to put it in. I don't like a really wet lens. Like, some people add solution to their lens or put it in it, but I find that the drier your finger and the drier the lens, at least not dry, but at least not dripping wet, the less the cohesion between the lens and your finger, the more likely it is to go onto your eye. So number 4 is using the correct technique. So I like to use my dominant hand to place the lens on the eye and use my non-dominant hand to come across the top. Don't obstruct the view of the opposite eye to put it on. Number 5, it's one of the things I always tell the patients, especially early on when they're really having trouble, they get the lens almost on the eye and they blink, and it happens incessantly. So make sure you have that lens pulled up, tilt your head down, and stare. Stare is the next tip, to try to go really slow and just go on, so you don't have that surprise feeling of the lens touching your eye and then you blink and then you're starting all over again. Number 6 is simply repeat with the other eye. Try to have yourself set up in a setup that you can have the same every day. Maybe even set aside a little space for it. That would be really helpful. And lastly, for number 7, get up early enough to have the time to be able to put your contacts in and not be stressing. Because if you're stressing, you're going to be having a tougher time putting them in than if you don't. That should really help ensure, especially early on, that you are successful in wearing these contact lenses. And we all want to be, and we know how important it is in our life to be able to see with contacts. But early on, it can be really stressful. And just by taking that little extra time at the beginning of the day, usually it solves a problem. Remember the tip I said at the beginning? Okay, so why do people have so much trouble early on taking out their contacts? I just saw it the other day with a patient. When you are trying to pinch the lens off, 9 times out of 10, the problem is their thumb isn't touching the eye. They got their finger touching the eye, but not the thumb. And as soon as the thumb touches the eye and you have both, it pinches right off. I hope that was helpful, and until next time, take care.